Okay, now in this lesson we're going to learn a little bit more about formatting and playing around with text. So what I want to do is actually I don't need this second set. Actually, I don't need this set of text here. I'm going to just have the block quoted text. And one of the things I want to do is I'm going to underneath I'm going to put in some more paragraph text. Now that's what the P stands for. Open caret, P, close caret. This is some more text. Now I'm going to assume that you guys are going to have a lot more interesting things to talk about than I do, so we're just going to go P. Alright, so I want all this stuff to be text. Alright, and one of the things you're going to notice, we're going to go File, Save. When I refresh my web page, it's going to be, okay, this is some more text right there. Here's the block quoted section right here. And then this is the paragraph text. And I want to show you something that is going to indicate the need for a little bit more. I actually want to put a lot more text in here. So I'm going to put, this is some text, Control C, Control V, this is some text, and I'm just going to, I want a column of this one after the other, like that. Alright, so we're going to go File, Save, and I want you to see what happens. So I have this beautiful column of text going down the edge. Watch. Now, isn't that kind of strange? Because I assumed that this was just going to be a column of text, and it turns out it just fills the page. All right, now why does it do that? Well, it does that because you can put anything on any line you want, but it doesn't actually recognize, okay, the Enter key. There's nothing here to tell you to go to the next line. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a break after every one of these. Now, one of the things you guys probably don't realize, File, Save, I'm going to hit Fresh, is that, or one of the things I actually probably need to tell you, is that the break is what tells the computer to go to the next line. It tells the browser to go to the next line. Control C, and I'm just going to put one of these behind each one of these texts. All right? And what you'll see happens is this is what actually puts things on the next line. You notice that I'm only putting break, I'm not putting \BR. Okay, that's because this is one of the few tags that we have. It's one of the ones the only one I can think of off the top of my head, that actually you do not need to close. So I believe all these text things should be on another line. Let's hit refresh. Oops, and what do you see? It sees that I obviously missed one. Okay, there's no break between the first and second line of text. Let's go back and see where it is. Oh yeah, see, I had a double space here, so I didn't notice that there was a space. All right, so I have to put another break there. Control V. File, Save. Again, I'm being lazy, but that's because I'm old and, you know, eventually I'm going to die. You guys have a lot of time. You guys need to do the actual work, okay? So type everything in. Like I said, you want to kind of work on those neural pathways to learn this. Okay, so this is more text. All right, now there are a couple other tags I want to show you that I think are kind of useful tags. All right, whoops, that was not what I wanted to do. Let's go back to Notepad. And that is, this is some text, and I actually want to align this text. So I'm going to open a tag, and I'm going to type in center, close tag. And I'm going to do the same thing at the end here. Okay, obviously, \CENTER. Now, the reason we want to do that is that you want to close it so that if you only want this section centered, you want to make sure that everything, you always have to close the center tag. All right. If you want the whole page to be centered, you can put the first center at the beginning, last one at the end. But the bottom line is you always, whatever tag you put in, you always open and close it. I realize that those instructions were a little arcane, but you should be able to see what I'm talking about. Ta-da! Okay, so things are going down the middle. Okay, so that's a very nice, simple tag. You can also, if you wanted to, you could actually go, I believe, go right. I'm making this up, by the way, as I go along. I actually am not sure if this is a legitimate command. There may be another type of command you have to put in. So I'm going to just type in right and see what happens. I'm not sure. One of the things you need to know about me, okay, that doesn't work. Okay, you notice it's all aligned left. I think what you actually have to do, if you want to change the alignment, you have to type in the word align equals open quote, close quote. And the same thing here. And I think it doesn't have to be aligned right. You just say, okay, I'm closing the align tag. File, save. Let's see if I actually did that right. Nope. All right. Apparently, that's not the way you do alignment. I actually think, to be truthful with you, I think actually this here is not a tag. I think this may actually have to go in the paragraph. So in other words, this paragraph, the text that's here, needs to be within the tag. Okay, do you understand? Here's the paragraph tag. Within this paragraph, I want the alignment to be right. I think that's correct. I may be wrong. We'll see. All right. And we're going to find out right now. Yep, there you go. Okay. So if you want to do alignment other than center, you need to put it within the tag for that text. Okay? So there we go. All right. So we've talked about a little bit about alignment. We've talked about text. All right. That is actually a couple of the things that we're doing is good. All right. So what I want to do now is I actually want to talk about color. And I want you to notice this is background color is black. The text is body color is aqua. There are, like I said, there are 8 or 9 different tags that you can use. However, there's actually an infinite number of colors you can put on web pages. I want to show you what some of those are. All right. Okay, what I want to show you is what's called the hexadecimal system. All right, most colors can be defined by 6 numbers. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I went into Google because I can't remember. Folks, one of the things, I try not to carry a whole bunch of information around in my head. My head is very small and pointy, and it's not useful to kind of fill it up with a bunch of information that I don't really need all the time. So what I did is I typed in the word hexadecimal. It's a 6-number character for color, and I'm going to click here. And you notice there are all of these different possible colors. Okay, this is actually not all of them. These are the colors that work best on web pages. All right, so I'm going to go with something pretty. I'm going to go with a pretty lavender. Okay, here's one right here. FF99FF. All right. All right. Now I could memorize that. There are things I think it's worth memorizing. There are things I don't think it's worth memorizing. That is one I don't think is worth memorizing. Okay. What I'm going to suggest is you notice that these change. These are all colors that were within the same range. All these are is different amounts of the 3 basic primary colors: red, blue, and green, I believe. All right. No, red, yellow, and blue. Those are the 3 colors. So you have 2 numbers for each of those primary colors. All right. Well, let's actually go into this and see what it does. I'm going to type in the hexadecimal. Instead of aqua, I want the color to be this. Okay? So that's what the text, the new text is going to look like. Go save, and when I refresh my really cool web page, boom, turns that nice magenta. All right, so that's basically what we're doing. We're playing around with color and text. Next lesson, we're going to learn how to use images.